Hello and welcome to Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this program we take a look at all the latest releases. Well, this is going to be the last program of 2022. We are going to do the top 5 films of the year and of course the review of the latest movie, which is a biopic on Whitney Houston called I Wanna Dance with Somebody. First, let's take a look at that film. Even though Whitney Houston was just 48 when she died in a bathtub facing drug issues, Whitney Houston also had 6 Grammys, 16 Billboard Awards and 28 Guinness World Records to her credit. Her illustrious career and untimely death in 2012 already has been the subject of 2 documentaries. One was in 2018, which was called just Whitney, and there was one in 2017, which was called Whitney, Can I Be Me? Both of them shed light on the rise and travails of the singer who was dubbed as The Voice. I Wanna Dance with Somebody, directed by Kasi Lemons, is a feature biopic that plays it by the numbers. More than Whitney Houston, it is likely to be remembered for a remarkable performance by Naomi Ackie in the lead role. Written by Anthony McCartan, who also wrote Bohemian Rhapsody and The Two Popes, this film chronicles the life of the singer right from her early days when she grew up under the shadow of her mother till the very end when she sang the now famous medley of 3 songs. The 3 songs being I Love You Bogey, and I Am Telling You I'm Not Going, and the famous one I Have Nothing. But the film grabs your attention only in certain portions. Most of the film is like reading text about her life with few moments that really deep dive into some kind of emotions. Ackie is the one who keeps it afloat, and only when the end credits start rolling, you realize what a stunning performance it was. As Stanley Tucci said in an interview about the film, the only person who sings like Whitney Houston was Whitney Houston. The filmmakers took the sensible decision to have Ackie lip sync to Houston's songs, although she does some singing in the initial bits. In the opening, we are introduced to Whitney Houston, which is played by Naomi Ackie, whose mother is a Grammy Award winner herself, and she's a hard taskmaster who mostly trains her as a gospel singer. Now, Whitney realizes at some point that she is cut out for something bigger. A music label executive, Clive Davis, played by Stanley Tucci, who is always reliable, and Davis was responsible for spotting many legendary artists, including the likes of Janis Joplin and Barry Manilow. Now, he instantly realizes that Whitney is an extraordinary talent and takes her under her wings. The portrayal of their affectionate relationship is one of the better elements in the film. While her music is familiar around the globe, her personal life, especially her relationship with Robin Crawford, played by Nafisa Williams, who goes on from being her friend to a lover and then a creative director, is not very well known. Whitney also faced backlash from certain quarters in America because her music was not black enough and she sold out to the whites. That was the accusation. Her troubled marriage with Bobby Brown, the birth of her daughter, the cover of I Will Always Love You in the film Bodyguard, and her descent into drugs. It is all portrayed here, but in a fairly clinical manner. It documents what happened and doesn't give much insight into why it happened. For music buffs, all her iconic performances will give them enough bang for their buck. For the rest, it is a reasonably pleasant outing, and I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 stars for this new film, which is a biopic on Whitney Houston, and it's called I Wanna Dance with Somebody. And now, as a year-ender, we will take a look at some of the best films of the year that I have seen. Well, it hasn't been a great year for Bollywood films. There were some hits, but they were not great films, and most of the films stanked. Well, there are few honorable mentions, some of them didn't even get a proper release, like RKRK, which was a pretty decent film. There was Chup, and there were a few others, but on the whole, there wasn't a lot to write about as far as Bollywood films are concerned. As far as regional films are concerned, the scene was much better there because we had quite a few good films, especially from the southern part of the country. But here are my top 5 international films of the year. If at all you get a chance to watch them, don't miss these films. So here are the 5 films in alphabetical order. My first pick would be a film called Close, which is directed by Lukas Dhont. The film has a very simple premise, but the emotions that flow through it are remarkable. It has anger, it has grief, it has guilt, and it covers the whole gamut. This is a film about 2 teenagers, and when they have a conflict, things go haywire. That's all I can tell you, but make sure you watch this film called Close. It's one of the most emotional films I've seen in a long time. My other pick of the year would be a film called Decision to Leave by the Korean master Park Chan-wook. Now, he has made a name for himself with some great films in the past, including Old Boy, which was made as Zinda in Hindi. Now, Decision to Leave is his latest film where he has already set a benchmark for himself, but with this film, he raises it even higher. How do you do that? I don't know, but that is exactly what Park Chan-wook has done. The story here is about a police detective who is investigating a murder. Is a wife responsible for the death of her husband, or is she innocent? That's what he has to find out, but unfortunately or fortunately, he gets involved with her, and that's the larger premise of the film. But the way Park Chan-wook has staged every scene, the camera work, the camera movement, and just about everything, right from the acting, writing, direction, it is a top-notch film. This film is being streamed on Mubi. Make sure you watch it. It's called Decision to Leave by Park Chan-wook. Well, the other film that absolutely everyone is raving about is called Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a rather unique title, but the film is simply outstanding. It stars Michelle Yeoh in a multiverse. Now, I know you've heard the term multiverse thanks to Marvel movies, but well, Marvel movies can go and take a hike. You absolutely have to watch this film called Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is how you do a multiverse film. My fourth pick of the year would be a film called No Bears, which is an Iranian film directed by Jafar Panahi. Now, the director himself, somebody should make a film on him. He has been barred, there is a ban on him from making films for 20 years. And there was a 6-year suspended sentence which has now come into effect, which means presently he is in jail. So this film was released just before his prison sentence. And No Bears is a film where Panahi pushes the limit even further. Well, he's always known for his innovative techniques. After the ban particularly, there was a film called Taxi, which he shot using just a camera which is kept on the dashboard, where he picks up passengers and drives them around and just has conversations with them. Now, No Bears, well, there is a thin line between real life and real life, and that is what Panahi explores in this film No Bears. I've seen it only once, but I would love to watch it second and maybe the third time as well, because it is such a layered film, and I'm sure there is a lot that I already missed in it, but what I saw, I absolutely loved it. So make sure you check out this film called No Bears by Jafar Panahi. And my fifth pick of the year would be a film that has just come out on Disney Hotstar. It is directed by Martin McDonagh and it's called The Banshees of Inisherin. Director Martin McDonagh has made a name for himself with some remarkable films, including In Bruges and of course the Oscar winner, which was 3 Billboards. He doesn't make too many films, but whenever he makes one, it catches your attention. And this film with Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell, who are 2 very good friends, and then there is some conflict that happens there again. And what happens after that is what is the primary plot of this film called The Banshees of Inisherin, and some outstanding performances, some outstanding writing, and some great direction by Martin McDonagh. And that is why you must watch this film. As I said, it is streaming on Disney Hotstar. It's called The Banshees of Inisherin. Well, do let us know what were your favorite films of the year, whether it is Hindi, foreign films, or any other language films. We'd love to hear from you. Our address is features@prudentmedia.in. And I'll be back with you next week, which is also next year now. So till then, this is me, Sachin, wishing you a very happy new year. Until we meet again, it's goodbye from me.